Okay. Hi, and welcome to the 11th inaugural episode of the Andy Amy Show. I'm your host, Andy. Joining me on roller skates is the very talented and graceful Amy. Amy, good to have you here on your skates. How does it feel to be on skates once again?
I feel taller and more confident and faster.
I'd like to thank my mom for appearing on last week's show. In our industry, she is what we like to call a good sport.
A good sport. What would you call a bad sport? Like, give me an example.
Soccer.
What?
You had a crush.
Oh, because I had a crush. A friend and I were trying to come up with weird things to say to the NSA. And my weird thing was that I had a crush on Bill Haverchuck, who is a fictional character from Freaks and Geeks. And you took offense to that and said,
That occurred during our marriage.
It occurred during our marriage, and that I wasn't allowed to have a crush on a fictional character during our marriage.
I never said that part. I just said, hey, that occurred in marriage.
Yeah, but I think there was the implication that wasn't an okay thing. I agree. I think it would be wrong if I was like, hey, like lusting over Bill Haverchuck, even though he's a fictional character, or Martin Starr, anybody. But to me, like, a crush doesn't necessarily mean, oh, I want to marry that person. It was more like, oh, I identify there's something familiar and about this character. And
so why didn't you use the phrase, I sense a sense of familiarity with this character, instead of, I have a crush on this character,
because
which is universally identified as a romantic implication.
Well, it doesn't mean I'm going to leave my husband or compare my husband and say he is lacking in these certain areas because he is not like that. No, am I a terrible person? Am I a terrible person? I'm just saying there is an admission of attraction for a fictional character.
So we've gone beyond familiarity to attraction.
Well, that's where attraction comes from.
That's true. I can agree with that.
Okay. But I think, and maybe it's different, maybe women are wired differently, I don't know. It never crossed my mind to be like, here's my checklist, and Andy's not. No, it's...
So the question is, can I tweet my crushes during marriage?
Well...
Who I find familiar and attractive?
Only if it's...
And I don't.
Only if it's to thwart the NSA. And then I think it's okay. And if they're fictional, they have to be fictional. Because I think you do cross the line if they're real people.
I'm on Team Jacob, so that counts as my fictional crush. Because I find Jacob both familiar
and attractive.
Let me turn off this.
What is that?
That's my alarm.
Oh, well, I don't think it matters because we can edit all this down.
No, we're not editing.
Yes, we are. We are editing. We're editing. I'm going to do something stupid just so you have to edit it out.
If you do something stupid, it will become the best part.
Not if I do something really bad.
Like peep?
I don't do that.
I would edit out your peep, but it would be like...
But what?
It would be like 10 seconds edit.
10 seconds?
It would be.
What if you ever...
One,
that's something that doesn't happen.
I would bleep it out.
Do you peep it out? Could it be like a tuba sound?
I would peep.
That'd
it would
awesome.
be the sound off of War of the Worlds. the tripod.
I would peep more often if it sounded like that.
More often?
More? What are you saying? I don't peep. Peep. Can I cut your hair? What is the source of your strength?
The key is my locks. Key locks. Get it? Okay, so that answers your haircut question.
No, you said you were growing it out to biblical proportions. What if you took, what about all the Bible characters who were bald, or who had their hair?
The Bible miniseries proportions.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they didn't show. Like, wasn't Paul supposed to be bald and he was not bald? What?
I thought I just saw something moving back there. Sorry, must have been a ghost. Sorry.
I like ghosts. They're just visitors from another multiverse.
You have a crush on ghosts?
I do. There's this awesome ghost. Oh, man.
Trying to think of the graphic I'm going to put up. I think it's going to be you on a date with a ghost.
See, you're taking this too far. I don't want to be on a date with a ghost. I don't want to go on a date with the fictional character that I found attractive and familiar. Because then that would mean that I am choosing them over you. And that's not the case. It's just saying, hey, there's something about me and my experiences in life that is attracted to this set of experiences and story and whatnot.
Do you think a ghost on a date would prefer boneless chicken? Boneless?
I had a crush on Inigo Montoya.
Is he the guy with the...
No, that's Count Rugen. Inigo Montoya is the guy that was hunting him down.
Is that Wesley?
No, it's Inigo Montoya. Oh, and
the guy on the horse?
No, the guy with the sword. Hello, my name. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay,
that is neither familiar or nor attractive.
I remember he was hunting the six-finger man.
Well, he was
not
he's kind of the underdog. I've always rooted for the underdog, and he's the one in this story who doesn't have the love interest. You know, there's Wesley and Buttercup, which I never identified with. I'm like, yeah, Wesley, whatever. But then there's Inigo who like gives up everything and makes big sacrifices and has a good big heart, and he doesn't get a love interest, and it's, you know, I mean, not that he has to have one, not that everybody has to have a love interest, but I just thought, you know, I could see the right person with Inigo.
So with that, I'm ringing the closing bell.
I'm the bad person. Well, we never got around to you.
The topic
who did you have one fictional crush other than Jacob?
I can't think of any real.
What about
fictional?
Kaylee from Firefly.
She's like a sister.
I had a crush on Inara from Firefly. It's true.
I appreciate this conversation, and I trust our marriage, and I know you're not going on a date with any...
I'm not going on a date with...
Martin Stars, ghosts, Inigos, or...
Martin Starr's a real person.
Roller skates.
So he's off the table of discussion. We're only discussing fictional characters. But I love
But these fictional characters
Andy.
are embodied by real people.
But I see that's the difference.
Except ghosts.
That's the difference, is I don't see them in context of their actor or actresses. I see them in context of the story. Like in Little Women, I read the book Little Women before I ever saw any movies, and I loved the character of Friedrich Baer. I thought he was a perfect match for Joe because I identified with Joe. Mm-hmm. So of course I'm going to identify with her match. I'm not Team Laurie.
I didn't know they had teams back then.
Yes. You can either be on Team Teddy or Team Bear.
Like an airplane, all this is over my head. I should say, like an airplane in flight. Because some airplanes are on the ground. Thank you so much for joining me on episode 11. I hope your mom can be on a show at some point and share some of her thoughts. And
she will say, Andy, you're the greatest son-in-law in the world. Can I buy you a pizza? Because that's what she says every time.
She would say the second part, the pizza part, but she has other...
Oh, that's right. I forgot. She also has Sorry, William. You and William
I don't want to name names, but he is the best.
He's probably the better
son-in-law.
He is.
But she would probably buy me a pizza.
Always buys you
In
pizza.
fact, she's probably sending me a gift card right now.
One can hope.
All right, thank you. Ames, see you on the flippity flip.
All right, I'm gonna.
And so skate into the sunset to your ghost date. Your, yes.